It's 8:10, 67 degrees at Wall Radio, and we have one of our favorite guests with us on the phone. Dr. Kristine Young, the president of SUNY Orange, is on the phone. We're going to talk about going to college. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning, Kate. Thanks for having me. I like that, going to college. Let's go to college, Kate.
Let's go to college. I want to learn stuff. I still want to learn to ride a unicycle, but I don't think you have any curriculum based around that. But I also want to learn to speak French because other than pardon my French, I really don't know anything. So I will eventually be signed up for a class with you, and I will learn to speak French.
Well, Kate, I was thinking of you. To the best of my knowledge, although who knows, right? We don't have unicycles. But I was thinking of you last week because you're always keen to talk about the racquetball courts we have. And access to them because, one of our missions, of course, is to share the facilities we have when we're not using credit courses like with the public, and the racquetball courts are available for recreation. But last week, one of the racquetball courts was converted to an aerial yoga studio.
Excuse me? Pardon me? What?
Yes.
What's that?
True story.
Okay.
True story, right? Now, I'm not going to claim expertise on aerial yoga. However, in the photographs I have seen, if you want to, bring the circus to mind, there are, these fabrics hanging from rafters now that might be evocative of a carnival-like atmosphere, but it is a legit fitness class that is now available at the institution for the fall as part of our physical education, kinesiology, wellness offering. So check it out. It is, as ever, we have faculty and staff with their fingers on the pulse of modern learning and opportunities. So there you have it, aerial yoga.
Aerial yoga. You know what? When I go there to play racquetball, I'm usually the only one there. There might be one other court that's occupied. So I understand you decided to use the space for something that more people wanted to do. That makes a lot of sense.
And that's and it's just not racquetball, but I compliment again the team over in the movement science area for looking at that racquetball court, to your point, and saying maybe not getting the best use of all the courts that are available.
Yeah,
and that's the attitude that we have college wide. We have a beautiful physical plant. Come on, all of those acres and the buildings. And we're coming up on our 75th anniversary at the college. Stay tuned for the celebrations to come.
Oh, yeah.
And, we have Morrison Hall. It's over 110 years old. Other buildings were built, during the 1950s. And those spaces in some places were built for students that are now, approaching retirement in their careers. And we look at those spaces and are executing on our strategic plan, for which we were just complimented highly by our accreditor, and maybe we can talk about that in a second, but looking at ways, how do we repurpose that space and use it properly for the students that are coming to us today, whether that student is 18 years old or 38, doesn't matter, but what do students need to learn today? How do they use that space today? And let's outfit it, whether that means Wi-Fi and technology, or whether it means some sort of physical, other sort of physical improvement. So aerial yoga is just a very stunning way to enter that conversation.
Oh, I want to go watch it.
Jump, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I would do it. I'd have to watch it first to see.
Well, you can make that determination for yourself. For me, no aerial yoga.
Yeah, I'm not naturally graceful. I'm not a good racquetball player. I would be more like flailing rather than being graceful. There's probably a yoga teacher listening right now who's saying, "No, I could teach you. Yeah. Anyway, so you've got so much stuff going on, and I know that you're moving toward the fall semester. It's like what, a month out, right?
You've got it. We are wrapping up a very successful summer we saw tons more students this summer than we did last summer, and that's positive. So that follows the spring, where our enrollment was up about 5%. Summer enrollment was up, and fall looks great too. So you're correct that the fall semester starts on August 28th. But, community colleges will enroll students right up until that date. That doesn't mean you should wait that long. So if you are listening and you yourself are thinking about enrolling or know someone who should be enrolling, now is the time. It does take a little time to make sure we know who you are and your paperwork is in and we know all about you. Get you registered into the classes at the time and format that you'd most prefer, right? Because those might be going fast. But in any case, yes, now is the time to reach out to SUNY Orange online on our website or give us a call at 845-341-4030 and start that process for the fall. And, we're kicking off a new degree this fall in healthcare administration. Very proud of that.
Yep.
Yeah, it really takes advantage of a variety of things. Of course, we don't offer new degrees lightly, right? We study the job market. Orange County, Hudson Valley, so rich with opportunities to work in the medical fields and the healthcare sector. And this degree really draws on our strengths in the health professions for which we are known and business. We have great strength also in our business faculty and many students in business. So this really combines the strengths and the history that we have in both those programs and also the job market available for graduates. So we're happy to unveil that this year. And that follows on the heels. Last year, we offered a new web development degree, so that will enter its second year. And again, same idea. The Hudson Valley, Orange County, looking for graduates with technology in their back pocket. So we hope that students are checking out that opportunity as well. That's pretty darn hot in the area.
Yes, it is. And you have so many opportunities for students, but you also serve the community with, like the recreational things. Like you were saying, you open up the racquetball courts on weekends to the public and the pool. And can the public use the library there? I don't remember.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a process that anyone. The doors are open. We're a public institution, so our campuses are both open in Newburgh and Middletown. So individuals can just arrive at our campuses and come on campus. And in order to use materials in the library, there's a process, and just check in with the librarian and ask how to make themselves known and get the right credentials in order to use the actual databases and books in the library. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. So I'm looking on your website right now, sunyorange.edu, and you've got a note here, ways to pay. And, we were talking before we went on the air about people being frightened of student loans and about how much it costs to go to college. But really, SUNY Orange is affordable. And what does it say here? 60% of your students do get some form of financial aid.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Kate. And we've talked in the past about how higher education increasingly has been getting a bad rap out there, that it's unaffordable. And I always say to not believe the hype on that, and particularly when it comes to community colleges. In the state of New York, community colleges are well supported always by two partners. We call ourselves SUNY Orange, and listen to what's in that. SUNY, that's the State University of New York, so the state contributes to our budget, and Orange, that's Orange County, and Orange County contributes mightily to our budget. So the cost of the education for somebody coming to our college is underwritten by the state and the county, and that's what keeps tuition very, very low. And the administration and trustees of the college, faculty and staff, do everything in their power to keep the focus on the cost of education low. That doesn't mean sacrificing quality. And again, I could talk maybe in a second part about our recent accreditation that talks about the quality of the education at SUNY Orange. But our focus is truly, truly on the student and wash away the rest of the garbage. And to that end, the tuition for going to the college is remarkably low, $5,600 full-time. That's 12 credit hours each fall and spring semester, all in. So you can take 12 credits or 15 credits or 18 credits. Heck, you can take 21 credits if you want at that tuition point. And then it goes down from there if you're a part-time student. And that is the lowest price point in higher education. And then if that sounds like that is a stretch, I assure you that there is federal financial aid available, there is state financial aid available, and we have an outstanding college foundation that is a private foundation that might be able to award scholarships based on merit or financial situation if you make application to that. So there are ways to defray the cost of this education. So do not step away from this thinking that it might be out of reach financially. Come on in, talk with our financial aid advisors, see what's available, and then make the decision. See how this might happen.
Yep. Let's take a break. We're going to be right back and talk some more with Dr. Kristine Young of SUNY Orange, or you can call it OC, or you can call it Orange County Community College, whichever you call it. Keep listening, and we'll teach you a little bit more from Wall Radio coming right up. It's 8:23, 68 degrees at Wall Radio. With me on the phone, Dr. Kristine Young, president of SUNY Orange, and we're talking about schooling, reading, writing, arithmetic, and a whole lot more. And if you're listening and you never went to college, you know what? Try one class. That's it. Just try one part-time. Give it a shot, and you'll discover that, if it's been at the back of your mind, gee, I wish I went to college, do it. Try it. One class. I bet you can make it work for yourself. What do you think, Dr. Young?
I was just smiling while you were saying that. Like, that's such a positive affirmation. Absolutely. And another beauty of community colleges, because that is why we were there. It is absolutely possible to walk in and take one class.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah.
Find out. And other schools might not be set up for that exactly, but we are. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So open up the catalog, figure out the class that you always wanted to take, and there might be like, oh, there's a prerequisite, like, please don't wander in and be like, yeah, I always wanted to take differential equations. Like, that might not be the best place to start.
You might want to start with algebra.
Taken math in 40 years, right.
Yeah.
But if it's a literature class, and there might not be a prerequisite on that, or you might be able to show that it's appropriate. Like, that's it's okay.
Yeah.
Come on
so
in.
Now you mentioned a couple times about your accreditation, and I know that's something you wanted to dive into.
Yeah. So we're celebrating, because we can talk about it publicly now, the accreditation, the very rigorous accreditation that we just went through with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, where the full college needs to demonstrate that it meets standards in 7 areas, and this is obviously an outside accreditor. And first, I want to compliment our internal team led by Dr. Michelle Anuzzi-Susic, a biology professor, Kristine Work, our director of institutional research, for championing a process where we looked at ourselves over 2 years, produced a self-study, presented it to the commission. Holy moly. They reviewed our work, visited us on site, verified our work, and what we learned in return is not only did we meet every standard, but they had no recommendations for us, and they had no requirements. In fact, they had for us were just what are called like friendly advices, and we were commended left and right for our work at the college. And this is very rare in accreditation, that no recommendations or requirements would be given an institution of higher education, whether that's a university like Binghamton or Stony Brook, or someone like a community college, that no requirements or recommendations. So this affirms to everyone that your little old SUNY Orange, which you might just think of that college, just sitting in Middletown or Newburgh, is of the highest integrity and of the highest quality. We say what we do what we say, and we do it extraordinarily well. And you should feel very confident in attending or sending someone you care about to this school. And you should be very proud of the faculty and staff that work there. So I'm very proud of the faculty and staff that work there, and the trustees, and the support that we enjoy.
Well,
there's
congratulations.
Very good things going on.
Congratulations. Their job is to come in, the accreditors, their job is to come in and find out the ways that you do and do not meet certain standards. And if they couldn't find any standards you did not meet, you're like tippy top. This is
tippy top.
Congratulations.
Tippy top.
Wow.
I wish the report said that. That'd be easier for us to come out with that headline. Tippy top.
Tippy top. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But quality education right here at home. And it's something that it can be made affordable. I know you don't just have, money spilling out of your pocketbook, but this is such a wonderful investment. And
well, it's helpful to have somebody else say it. I understand, like when I say it, someone's going to say, like, oh, the president, of course, is going to say that's a quality education. But to have an outside entity come in and verify with very high standards that this is for real. This is the test, and so thank you for letting me share that news.
Oh, that's wonderful! I am thrilled for you and very proud to be a graduate of SUNY Orange. Way back in it was 19 something. We're just going to stop it right there. Thank you so much. Anything else that you wanted to get across other than get registered for the fall semester?
Get registered for the fall semester. The momentum is very strong right now. We'd love to have more folks be a part of it, and a growing number of students at the college. We're heading more than right direction. It's an exciting direction. So join us.
Wonderful. Thank you. Dr. Kristine Young from SUNY Orange. That website again, sunyorange.edu. Couldn't be easier, right? And don't forget about the aerial yoga. Try that out in the gymnasium building. I can't wait. But the first time you try it, you might want to make everybody check their phones so that there's no video evidence later. I know I would require that myself. Dr. Young, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Kate.
We'll talk to you again next time. It's 8:30 at Wall Radio, 69 degrees. Let's get into a news update from CBS.